welcome to Join Our Town, a public affairs presentation of WBUYDT. I'm Tina Tilton, your host. During this segment, we are being joined by Shelby County Mayor A.C. Wharton Jr., and he's going to discuss with us what the county is doing to make things better for the residents of Memphis and Shelby County. So welcome to the show, Mayor.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Begin discussing what you all are seeing when it comes to unemployment in Shelby County.
Well, we haven't escaped the downturn that, quite frankly, has swept the world. It used to be, we would say, swept the county or the state, but this is truly a worldwide recession, I call it. It's not as bad as places, say, like Detroit, that depended on one industry. And when it went down, everything goes down. The beauty of a diverse economy is that while everybody gets hit, it doesn't just wipe out because you're based on one segment of the economy. Government has not been spared that. We're having to lay off some of our very valued employees. We're not hiring. What we're trying to do, though, is to set up programs so that the individuals who have been hit by this can get back in schools, learn new skills. So we're taking every step we can, not only to try to soften the blow by making some benefits available on a continued basis, but also looking forward. I'm an eternal optimist. This thing is going to bottom out. We're going to come back strong. We want to make sure that people are ready for the economy, the new economy. It might not be the same as it is now. So this is why we're looking at, we have a program called the STEP program. There are, in Shelby County, in this area, roughly 130,000 people who at one time or another started post-secondary, maybe at State Tech or at Southwest or U of M, Lemoyne, but did not finish. Those are people who obviously saw the value of learning beyond high school, but for some reason they did not finish.
Sure.
If we just get 1% of those individuals to get back into college or whatever, it would add $1 billion to our wealth, to our gross domestic product. So, yes, we've been hit, but we're not wallowing in it. We're looking forward. When the day comes, this economy turns around, we want to make sure that all of our citizens are in a position to take advantage of it.
How has the state of the economy affected our local employment rate?
As I say, we have not been exempted from that. One of the good things is that we have a strong presence of healthcare institutions, and healthcare institutions generally are a bit more resilient than these downturns for the simple reason. People are going to have babies in good economies, bad economies. Sure. Tragically, unfortunately, folks are going to have heart attacks and strokes and car accidents and whatever. So while that sector of our economy has been hit, has not been hit as hard as other sectors, but there has been a downturn in every sector you can imagine. And government, FedEx, one of the world's largest, best employers, as you know, had to make some significant reductions in pay and its employment role. So it has hit us. It has hit us hard. Fortunately, not as hard as some of the steel belt manufacturing states, such as Detroit and Cleveland and places in Ohio.
Right. What is Shelby County government doing to bring job opportunities and business development to Memphis and Shelby County?
Number one, we're getting our workforce together. The jobs that brought employers here years past, we can't rest on that anymore. We've got to get ready for the new jobs. It used to be, for example, if you wanted to get a job in a distribution place or warehouse or whatever, basically you needed to know how to drive to work every day, park in the right parking spot, and go operate your forklift. That was it. They'd give you a piece of paper and say, go to aisle 21, rack number 43, and get one blue box of toilet tissue or whatever, and that was your job. You'd go down there, you'd get it, you'd bring it back, and you'd put it in a truck somewhere. It's much more sophisticated than that now, and we want to retool our workers and get them ready for being not just a warehouse, but a supply chain management. That's a big difference between a warehouse
Wow.
and managing somebody's supply chain. So we're getting our workers ready for the new jobs that we're sure are going to come to Memphis. We're also making Memphis much more attractive and easier to do business with. We have a program called a pilot program, Payments in Lieu of Taxes. We had some requirements on that were much more difficult than those you would find in Mississippi and Arkansas. We went to the county commission, we went to the city council and said, listen, it's not a matter of whether these requirements are good or bad or not. The fact of the matter is they are standing as insurmountable impediments to our ability to bring jobs in here. Can we come up with something else? Fortunately, the city council took the lead on that. The county commission, we got that changed. And already this month, just this week, we saw 3 employers coming in saying we want to expand, we want to come into Memphis, it's easier to do business here. So 2 things, getting our job force ready for the jobs, and then secondly, making Memphis and Shelby County easier to do business with.
That is awesome. Now, there was a Brookings Institution report released in April discussing job sprawl, and it stated that jobs within 3 miles of downtown declined from 14.4% in 1998 to 12% in 2006. So what's your opinion on what the report found?
Well, because I do some work with the Brookings, so I could stand here and kind of take some exception to the report. And I will note one thing. That report does not count government employers, and which excludes the University of Tennessee, for example. If you threw those numbers back in, that reduction would not be as great. But having said that, we want to make the core city more desirable places for employers. What we're doing, we're changing our zoning codes. We're going to have what is known as a lot of walk-to-work places. Right now, it's hard to get a building where you can live upstairs and walk downstairs. San Diego has done that. Nashville is doing it. We're going to take the lead in that. So that folks, if you're working at one of the banking institutions downtown, you may be a block and a half from work. Or it may be that on the first floor of your building, there are shops, restaurants, or whatever, and folks living upstairs. That's how you bring employment opportunities back to your core city. And it's really critical for Memphis because we're still heavily dependent on automobiles to get us around. We don't have rapid rail or rapid transit in the sense, and this is such a sprawling county, it's really difficult for a matter to cover it in such a way that there'll be folks who will live in the downtown area, or folks who will commute into the downtown area and work. So we're changing our zoning codes. We're giving incentives for employers to locate in the core city area in an effort to bring more jobs to the core city where folks won't have to depend on a long transit time.
Once again, we've had A.C. Wharton Jr., Shelby County Mayor, obviously. Thank you for being a guest on Join Our Town. I got to take a small break. I'll be right back.